Thank you for joining us on the TGIF edition of the headlines on Petals 102.3 FM Ibadan, your radio station. A quick reminder that you get to be a part of this program by joining our platforms. On Telegram, it's official Maestro Petals. On WhatsApp, the number to add is 070-555-66624. Our Twitter handle is now very much active and it's also official Maestro Petals. Just search for it and then follow. And to listen from anywhere around the world, our website address is www.petals1023.com. Or you can also listen through the app, the Petals FM app. Just download it from your Play Store. And you know I won't be doing this alone. Adibisi Ogunjimi is here with me this morning. Good morning.
Tony, good morning.
Thank you for
On
joining
this very cold morning.
Yes.
It's good to be back here.
So we'll go straight to the platforms. On Telegram, we have from Abiodun Elijah Olumoroti the issue of the supporters of the president asking the Labour and the PDP presidential candidates to withdraw cases in court is to me it's just a way of playing to gallery. They are political rascals that want to be in good books of the president for monetary compensation or favor. But we'll be looking at that story later on. Also, Olalere Ayola Esquire says, good morning on the platform. Good morning to you too. The supporters of the president calling on the PDP and the Labour Party candidates in the last presidential elections to withdraw cases from the PEPC are joking and unrealistic. Issues have been joined and hearing is ongoing. Let the court decide based on evidences presented before the court, please. Who is afraid of court verdicts? Okay, Israel Elesomi asked for the link to the radio station, and it's Petals 102.3.com. That's to the website. And you can also download the app on Play Store, like earlier said. Okay, while we await more comments, we'll just go straight and check the stories we already have today. Now, on the issue of the proposed increase in the pay of elected officials, it was debunked yesterday that there was no approval, that this hike in the value. Okay, just please hold on. It was debunked yesterday that there was no approval for the increase in the salary, and even from the presidency, it came that the president had not approved it and that there was nothing like that. But I saw the video of from Arise TV where, let me just take the story, where what's his name now? Hassan Mohammed Usman, the Federal Commissioner of Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, was saying that the reason why they are recommending a 114% salary increase for public elected officials is because in the last 15 years there has been an adjustment to the salary of civil servants twice. That it has been reviewed twice in the last 15 years, but nothing for public elected officials, and that the president has been earning 7.6 million naira per year in the last 15 years, and that it needs to be adjusted so that they will be able to do their work. Now, how many civil servants earn 5 million naira in a year?
Tony, honestly, that might not even be the question to ask. I think the question to ask is this the right time to do this? Because I see it as total insensitivity, honestly, to the plight of Nigerians. Do you know what is happening outside there, Tony? Do you know how difficult people are finding things? Do you know how expensive almost everything is right now? So it's not about you coming to tell us that, okay, in the past 15 years, we have not increased the salaries of the president and public officials, but we have increased the salaries of civil servants. For crying out loud, how much is this salary of civil servants that you have increased? We are still asking for a minimum wage of how much now? 30,000. No. We are on 30.
Okay, we're still on 30, yes.
We are still on 30K. So these civil servants that you are claiming have had their salaries increased several times in the past 15 years, we are still on 30,000 naira that some states have not even started paying. Some states still claim they can't afford to pay this. And you chose this time of all times, for crying out loud. Where did we keep our feelings? Where did we keep our humanity? Where did we keep our passion and empathy for people, for the plight of Nigerians? So you chose this time now that the president just removed subsidy. And you chose this time that people are crying over high cost of almost everything. Electricity hike is there. Diesel has jumped up. Petrol is a no-go area. And you should know that there will always be the consequences of the increment in the price of petrol in every facet of our lives. And Rampark chose this time. The officials at this commission, revenue, allocation, and they chose this time to propose such increase. 114% increase in the salaries of, and we are honestly we are serving these people. They are not there to serve us. We are funding their lifestyles. We are funding their existence. Honestly, it will be better for this administration not to approve this increment. Because I see it as a bait. I see it as a bait to rubbish this administration. Because if the president should make the mistake of approving this, he's going to lose all the little credibility that this administration is even still trying to garner from the people, amongst the people. Honestly, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. We should be burdened now about how to make life better for Nigerians. We should be burdened. We should be planning on how to ease the affairs of Nigerians. We should be saddling ourselves with responsibilities of how to make lives easier for Nigerians, of how to stop people from migrating in droves. We should think of how to make parents able to fund their children. We should think. But what are we doing? So what they are thinking about now is the fact that, yes, that's the talk of a child. In the past 15 years, we have not increased the salaries of these people. So if they do not increase these salaries now, they cannot do their job. Is that what they are saying? So their job is to always hike, review and hike. So the only thing they are there to do is to review and hike price, to hike salaries. So they cannot review downwards and just check, okay, I think to be able to mitigate the effect of this subsidy, why can't we cut down on these salaries? Mr. President, sir, can we cut down on these salaries? It's not like you kuku need this money. Some of you claim to be very rich enough. You don't need Nigeria's money. The First Lady said it. She said our family does not need our money to survive. Yes, we know that. So why can't we even scrap the salaries altogether? So why can't we scrap these salaries and utilize them elsewhere? Yeah, what are you saying? So 7-point-something million naira is what our president collects as salary monthly.
No,
annually. Now they want to jack it. To what? It's very, very unfair, honestly. It's very unfair, and we should not be doing this to ourselves. Because I don't know how they just look at us. They sit down in their high places there, in their flowing agbadas and their clean suits, and they are just thinking of how to make life more difficult for Nigerians. Now you want to increase the salaries of public office holders. What of those that are not public office holders? How much are they earning? You are saying that civil servants have had their salaries increased severally in the past 15 years. That increment, to what is the effect of that increment in the lives of these civil servants? What is the effect? What are the effects? How many of them can still afford to live close to a quarter of how you are living? How many of them? It's very, very unfair, honestly. It's unfair that it's just what we want to do. Make life difficult.
During the interview, he was asked that, the president said Nigerians need to sacrifice this period from the removal of the subsidy. I think he said that during his Democracy Day speech, that this is the time for us to sacrifice. That how come it is the masses that are being asked to sacrifice and not the public officials who are elected? Then that there's a rage about the fact that they even want to increase their salaries that much, 114%. Then the man said that they did a survey in the public with the people, and that later they can now review the opinion of the public they met, and the Arise TV people are also meeting, so that they would know if they should increase it or not. But do they expect them not to touch the salaries for say 20 years and not do their jobs?
This job that they said they are doing is what I don't understand. Is their job to just sit and be increasing salaries? Is that what they are there for? They are supposed to review. See, when you review something, you can either take it up or you bring it down based on the prevalent circumstances. And what are the prevalent circumstances in Nigeria right now is the fact that people are suffering. Consequent on the removal of subsidy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or the announcement of such. Do you understand me? So what exactly should they be planning to do? They should be planning to mitigate the effect of this removal on people's purses. That's what we should be talking about. So your job now is to increase the salaries of public office holders. That is when you will be seen to be doing your job. Why? Honestly, I believe it is a bait. This is not where they are going. They know where they are going, and where they are going is for their own selfish interest. But they want to put the president's own first. They want to do this first, so that subsequently, whatever they do, the presidency or the president would not have anything on them. You understand? It's like soiling your own hand first, so that when it's time, when we begin to do our own thing, then what would you say? And like I said, I just hope and pray that this administration will not fall for this bait, because that's how I see it. It is a huge bait. Forget about it for now. This administration has 4 years, for crying out loud. At least the first 4 years. So what is the eagerness about? What is the rush? You have 4 years. What have you done? What have you done? In how many weeks? You want to increase your salary? Which salary? What work have you done that you are planning on increasing your salary? If you have done something very good, if after 4 years or 2 or 3 years, Tony, Nigerians are living better, if we have been able to heave a sigh of relief after 2-3 years, trust me, we will not even be looking in that direction if they announce this kind of thing. Nigerians we are not unreasonable. We are not unreasonable. We are very, very reasonable. We understand these things. But you can't be slamming these figures in our faces when an average Nigerian is thinking of how to transport himself or herself on daily basis. When an average Nigerian is thinking of how to feed himself on daily basis, then you come and slam these figures, these humongous figures in our face at 7.5 million naira annually. Some Nigerians can. Honestly, Tony, it's so sad. This kind of news makes me very sad. I just feel, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Even if you are going to do it, why can't you wait? What is the rush for? The president whose salaries you want to increase and others, what work have they done? What have they done? Wait. 2-3 years' time, let's see how Nigerians are fared. In 3 years' time, if we are better, if our pockets are speaking good grammar, if our bellies are correct English, if our bellies are speaking well, if our children are looking well, and their education is going fine, my dear sister, no one is going to even raise any eyebrow. Nobody is going to even question it. Or very few people will be questioning it at the time. But this time, it's all shades of wrong.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, they elected special advisor on special duties and communications and strategies to the president. On Thursday said, without equivocation, the president has not approved any salary increase and no such proposal has been brought before him for consideration. According to him, while the presidency recognized that it is written within the constitutional remit of revenue mobilization, allocation and fiscal commission to propose and fix salaries and allowances of political office holders and judicial officers, such cannot come to effect until it has equally been considered and approved by the president. He said it was important to know that RMAFC, through its public relations manager, has responded to the fake story being circulated. But it's not I don't know if it's a fake story because I actually watched the interview myself. But it's good to know that no such thing has been passed before the president and no approval of such is going to. Like you said, I think it's a trap the president should avoid.
It's a kite they are flying. They are going somewhere. They are going somewhere, honestly. This is not their destination. It's a branch. They just want to branch here, do this, so that when they now do what they plan on doing originally, then you will not be able to say anything against it. That's their plan.
This is from the Vanguard newspaper. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Trade Union Congress, and civil society organizations on Thursday rejected the planned 40% hike in electricity tariff, which is to take effect on the 1st of July, calling on the government to shelve the increase. While the NLC described the proposed increase in tariff as insensitive and callous, TUC said it is the height of insensitivity to the suffering of the masses of the country. And on their part, CSOs asked government to immediately shelve the imposed tariff hike, describing it as unfair and unjustifiable. Now, this morning during a wearing, someone called him and he said that this month of June that will be ending next week, they've only had light twice in his community, in his environment. So now, electricity most people are not even enjoying. You barely have light for those who have a lot of electricity supply in their area, say maybe highest 10 hours in 24 hours. But there are some people that have not even seen electricity in 2 weeks. Electricity supply, there's no power at all. And then they want to increase it for what? Why? How can people afford it?
First, if you're on prepaid meter and you don't have electricity supply, I don't get so bothered. Because it's what I use that I will pay for. So if I buy my card and you don't supply, it's probably going to be your loss because the unit will be there, though I will have to fuel myself again, buy fuel at a very exorbitant rate to power my generator. But at least I will know that My units are there whenever you decide in your almightiness to supply electricity. So if you are on estimated billing, that is a loss, a pure loss. And I'm sure some people are still on estimated billing.
A lot.
And they do not have light. And at the end of the month, they will bring these bills, outrageous bills, for them to pay. I don't know what the NERC is doing about this, ensuring that everyone gets their meters. If you don't give people, why has it become so difficult or impossible to even get meters across? Why, Tony? It's because of the fraud that is inherent in this estimated billing system. Because you can just decide to slam a particular household with this amount for a whole month of darkness. So you've not had light for months now. You've had light for twice or 2 times a month or 2 days a month, and they are coming at the end of the month and bringing you thousands of naira to pay. I think people should begin to reject the bill, the estimated billings that they are bringing. Reject it, and you have to just find a way. There should be a way to ensure that your house is metered. Get this prepaid meter. That is better. At least you won't feel that much pain having to pay for what you have not consumed. That is that. Now, the proposed hike in electricity that is supposed to take effect from that 1st of July, probably sometime next week, right? It's it's even funny that we are hearing about this. It's funny that they are announcing it. They've increased it severally without announcement. You will just notice that this unit that you are buying for this price used to be twice, probably few months ago. But now you realize that 5,000 naira units of electricity
gets you 25 units.
And in 1 week or 2 weeks of regular power supply and good use, you use your refrigerator, you use your use your oven, iron, washing machine, you use all this the boiler, use the blender, the toaster. These are the things that we should be able to use without even batting an eyelid. But now, Tony, you have to do the calculations. How many times are you going to boil water? What are you doing with the microwave? What are you doing? The clothes you have washed is okay. It's okay. No, don't rinse it. Go and rinse. They have made Nigerians so petty. And it's petty.
Frugal.
Honestly, not frugal. You can be frugal with better things, not with petty things at home, not with domestic issues. Your daughter is boiling water, you are shouting, show me your tea, honey. You want to boil it again because you are thinking in terms of naira and kobo. You are thinking everything you are doing, you are thinking in terms of naira and kobo. What that thing is translating to in your pocket. That is the only thing in your mind. Even you are going to be deprived of the enjoyment. You want to grill something in the oven, you are thinking of, can I afford it? Or can I wait until I buy another gas? Can I afford that? Okay, let me use electricity. You are thinking, you are so burdened with how much you are spending that you are forgetting about the joy of how to even live and enjoy these things that have been created or manufactured to make life better for you. 40% hike. They are going to do it. Sad. That is just the sad truth. They are going to do it. No one is going to stop them. They are going to do it. And Nigerians are going to pay for it. We are going to pay for it. But they are going to sit there. We will be the one to pay for their electricity. We pay for them. We pay everything. We pay for their gas. We pay for their domestic staff. We pay for their electricity. We pay for their petrol. We pay for their diesel. We clothe them. We house them. On Wednesday, there was the allocation for the allowances, furniture allowances, dressing allowances, wardrobe allowances, domestic staff. We are running. We are oiling. We keep greasing the wheel of their lives. That is what we do for them. And they squeeze us. They squeeze us at every given opportunity. They squeeze Nigerians. They squeeze us to the point of honestly, it's choking. You can't afford petrol. Now you might not be able to afford electricity. How are we supposed to survive? How are we supposed to live? You know, most Nigerians now live from hand to. This is when you will understand what it means to live from hand to mouth. When you can't even save. You can't even save. You don't even have enough. Every day you are thinking of how much fuel you are going to buy. You are buying 10 liters of fuel. 10 liters of fuel that was under 2,000 naira before, as at December.
And we're complaining.
What am I even saying? As at May, just last month, 2,000 naira will buy you 10 liters of fuel. In some filling stations, you will still collect change. Now, 5,000. So if anybody, now I think I'm going to agree with those girls that said 10,000 naira is not.
Know. You cannot be saying you're falling for a girl and saying 10,000. For what?
10,000 naira is nothing.
Now, I agree with them.
I think I'm agreeing with them too. So if anybody dashes you 10,000 naira now, you just say thank you for courtesy's sake. Thank you. TUC kicking. I don't see any bite in their kicks. I don't see it. We have never been able to stop this administration or past administrations from doing such. They are going to do it.
You know, I remember.
But before you go on, I think breathe and leave.
Responsibility.
Yes. Let's leave before we die.
Now, you mentioned earlier that with the new bill the president signed, hopefully the governors and whoever wants to generate electricity will be able to make things better. Now, tariffs, do you know the tariffs differ in different states? Yes. I noticed that a few years ago that the amount you buy in Abuja the amount you get, the amount of units you get in Abuja is different from the amount of units you get in those states, and it's different like that, ridiculously different. Now, if the governors and whoever starts to supply electricity, do you think that these are current electricity providers, do you think they will now bring down the tariff and everything will be in uniform?
Do we care about them?
I mean, it's competition. They want to
competition. Yes, they want to remain in market, so they would have no choice, Tony, but to bring it down. Because if you don't bring it down, who is going to be buying from you? Then it's just going to be, okay, the quality of supply, the quality of electricity. Maybe the one you are giving us is low current, or yours is brighter, and it's for longer. That will be for us to now determine. You know, it's going to be something like the telecoms industry. If you like, you go for this. If you like, you go for that. If you don't like the service of this, change to that next month. Do you understand? So it will allow for competition, and when there is competition, we behave. That is when our head comes correctly. And that is when you start seeing serious adverts. Then they will be advertising, they will be cajoling, they will be doing promo. Buy one, get one free. You understand? Yes. They will tell you, pay for 1 month and get the next month free. That's what we will have. And we will enjoy it. We will enjoy it. So the governors should please, our governors, we are begging them, they should just please work on this as soon and as fast as they can. The Houses of Assembly should please, I think Osun State has domesticated it. Yes, I think the Assembly in Osun has done that. I think Lagos, I read something from Lagos, but I don't know if it's been done. I read from Oyo too, but I don't know if it's been done. Whatever should be done should just be done as soon as possible, so Nigerians can live, so we can live better. So you choose whoever is going to be your service provider. Choose whoever is going to be your power provider. And if you are not satisfied with this today, you go, you migrate, you port. Then they will behave.
All right. From the question one of our callers during the first leg asked, I just want to bring this back. The Federal Account Allocation Committee said yesterday that it shared 786.1 billion naira among the 3 tiers of government, and the person asked that the local government is also getting allocation, but they are not. But people are not really feeling the impact of the local government. That what is the local government doing? And then he made a scenario that there are potholes in his environment, in his community, that are capable of causing serious accidents, and that nobody is coming to fill them up. You call for the local government and nobody comes and all of that. Why do they keep getting allocations? They are not exactly doing anything because people are not filling
And you cannot say that they are not doing anything. Honestly, it would be unfair to say that the local governments are not doing anything. You know, I was coming when I was coming this morning. I had my son in the car, so I was going to drop him in school. So he was asking me that, okay, is it the president? We passed by Bodija Market, so he saw people outside. So he said, is it the president should come and fix this market? I said the president should fix the market. What should he fix there? He said these people, they should stay in their stores. They should not be outside like this now. They should have stores. So I said, well, it's not the president that will fix it. He said they should send police to come and fix. I said, no, that's too far reaching. The governor. Yes, first the governor. And again, not even the governor. The local government chairmen are responsible for such. So I tried explaining to him within the little understanding that I believe he should have. So he got my point. So he said, okay. So we left it at that. So my point is, these chairmen, they are working, honestly. It's just that they are constrained. And that is why we are talking about local government autonomy. But, like former President Muhammadu Buhari said, that these governors will not allow these local government administrators to be free. Because they are clamoring for freedom from the presidency. But they do not want to give such. They do not want to give same to the local government under them. Why? Because Tony, is better to have these people under your grasp and your control. Okay, how do you even, when the first thing they do is to even disband those that are not from them, and they want to do an election that will put, look at Osun State now. We have all the local government chairmen PDP members. There are PDP local government chairmen in Osun State. I stand to be corrected. But as at the last election, I think all was PDP. So what are we talking about? So this or your state, I'm sure we have, except maybe for one or two, I'm sure we have, let me just put it at 90%, if not 100% PDP. And they are answerable to the governor. So see, it's just common sense. You don't want to go against your principle. You don't want to, because the governor is their principle. So I think the governors are the people we should appeal to give. I think during the late Governor Abiola Ajimobi's administration, I was privy to the fact that the local government chairman then could only sign contracts up to 1 million. As at the time, I would not know if it had changed. They could only sign contracts for up to 1 million. Anything above that, it goes to the table of the governor. So what can you do with 1 million, Tony? What can you do? Even if it had been increased now, I'm sure it's not up to 10 million that they can sign. So that's why there's a limit to what they can do. That is why we are asking for the autonomy for them to be able to operate as a separate arm of government that they are. You understand? The federal is standing, the state is standing, the local government should be able to stand by itself. That is because they are the closest to the people. When you talk about grassroots, local government is the grassroots. You start from there. They are closer to the people. It's not everyone that can get to Agodi here to go and see the governor. But most people will be able to go to their councillors, and their councillors will be able to go to to the local government chairman. You understand? So that's why we have it whittled down to people's levels. If they don't have power to do much, then the people are not going to be getting much. The local government chairman should be empowered more. They get allocations. It will be very unfair to say they are not doing anything, because if you look at some roads, you will see that they are actually doing. They do, yes. If you go to Bodija, sometimes you see them packing the refuse. You see them trying to make car parks. You see them clearing the people, the market women, the traders from the street. You understand? But our people are so recalcitrant. They don't listen. They don't listen. They are back. They are back. You send them out of the street today, they are back there tomorrow.
Oh, you mean what we call coconut head?
No, I did not. I did not say so. They are back there. You won't even believe that they have stores. You don't even know that some of them have stores.
I don't think most of them have stores.
Some of them have stores. See, most of the people you see outside there, they have stores. They have extended their stores outside. That you will not now see the stores again. The stores are now used as stores. Yes. God bless you. So if they meet you outside, you won't buy something, they will tell you it's not outside. So they now go to their stores to go and bring it. So most of them have stores. Most of them, they have stores now, but they are now stores. They are using it as stores now.
Well, I found this comment funny. Steve Bond said, I have never felt the impact of our local government. Our landlord association functions better.
Well, I somehow will also agree with Steve Bond, because these associations function. See, some associations provide everything for themselves. It's just that some of them, I think, they can't do roads. So we have to wait on our local government chairman to fix some roads. If not, landlord and residents associations in some areas will be fixing their roads by themselves. They will be the ones to fix everything by themselves.
True.
Honestly, some of these associations are more powerful and more effective. They are more responsible than some local government administrations.
Also, another question we got during the first set was what are allowed through the borders. Yesterday, the border was opened for the importation of vehicles. I think last week also another border was opened for the importation of for the exportation of charcoal and allied products. Yes, so now he was asking that why are people happy that the border is open, that it's not like rice is coming in and all of that. Although I remember yesterday Maestro saying that most probably rice border might not be open because we have more than enough to feed ourselves and also import. Yeah, we just have to make our products better to be able to take them out. But like, shouldn't people be happy that borders are getting open?
You can't force people to be happy. If I don't see anything to be happy about it, I'll just let it slide. But if I see something there, then I will express my happiness. Like you have expressed yours. You are happy that it's opened. Yes. See, you are not happy. You are just there. Okay, but I am happy that it's been reopened. And I want to believe that we are just taking it one step at a time and after the other. Now, last week, there was opened for the exportation of charcoal and allied products, like you called it. And this week, for importation of vehicles. Tony, what does that mean? Vehicles are going to be cheaper. Vehicles will become cheaper. You understand? So if we open it, they come in, then we will not all this clearing with 2 million. You buy something of 500,000, you are clearing with 2 million. It will be eradicated, and the prices will go down. People will be able to afford these things. So if maybe the next thing the president is going to open is for rice to be imported and oil and all that. But even if we don't want those, Let us empower our farmers. If we want to encourage the consumption of our own locally made foods, then we should work on making them good. We should work. See, when we started eating our local rice, there was so much stone.
Oh my God.
But it's better now. Honestly, it is better now. You hardly even notice any difference. They will just be telling you in the market, this is local, this is foreign. You hardly. It's not like you are going to see stone, and some of them will be looking like short man. Some of them, you look like they cut them into pieces, like you are making a masa. Yes, so yes, but now they are. I think we are getting at par with the production of rice, and if the federal government is going to ensure that there is security in the villages on our farms and for our farmers, I'm sure our people will go back to the farms and they will do more. Honestly, we can. We have the capacity to feed ourselves. I also believe it. I believe it. Honestly, because I like village life. I like planting my food. I like it. Several times I'll throw pepper outside. I just want it to grow so I can pick tomatoes. Sometimes. And my children, we do it together. Sometimes I even want to plant onion so that the spring onion will come out, and I'll just cut some. See, I put one in a container in my kitchen one time, and it grew. I didn't plant it. I think I just tossed it somewhere, and it just that on spring onion, I used it to cook inside my kitchen. Sometimes I just throw pepper outside. I just throw it, and it grew. The one I did last grew, and I picked peppers from it. I picked tomatoes from it. I like to plant. I like to I love it. I can do subsistence farming if I have the capacity to do it. And people do it. People want to do it on a larger scale, should be encouraged. They should be protected. We should get back to those years of safety on the farms. People have huts inside their farms. They live there. They go there like they are going to work for days. Sometimes their wives will be back at home. They will go with their children. They will sleep for 2-3 days because they are harvesting some particular crops that you understand that need their attention. They will be there. They are safe. Their minds are at rest. It's not like they are fearing one burrow coming to eat their plants and killing them in the process, or raping their wives and molesting their children. No. So we have the capacity to feed ourselves. I believe that too. But we need protection for our farmers.
Now, a former coordinator in the dissolved All Progressive Congress Campaign Council, Dr. Ene Ubole, has called on the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and his counterpart in the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, to withdraw their cases from the Election Petition Tribunal and join President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his quest for a government of national unity. I will quote her. Even though we are aware that it is the fundamental right of all aggrieved candidates to seek redress in the court of law, in the national interest, we wish to use this avenue to crave the indulgence of all aggrieved candidates, including Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, who are seeking for redress in the tribunal, to withdraw their litigations against the president and join hands with him in the proposed nation unity and all-inclusive government. The case is in court, yes. We are waiting to see what the court decides on. But this call, is it necessary?
Yeah, it's not necessary, and it's it's a political call. It's political. It's not out of place, really. But I would not support it. Why should they withdraw their cases? Somebody said he won the election. That you have stolen his mandate. And you are telling him to withdraw. Why should he withdraw? So what will that say about him, and what will that say to his followers that believe so much in the fact that he won this election? He has to see it to a logical end. Let them follow through. Why should you ask them to withdraw? For what? That's fraud. I don't like it. You cannot ask them to withdraw. They can't withdraw. They should see it in court already. Let the court decide. Let the tribunal pass the judgment. After that, let them take it to the Supreme Court. If they are not pleased, whoever is not pleased should take it up. And let's have the final decision of the court. No, they should not withdraw it.
As part of the after effects of the removal of the subsidy, Ekiti State Police Command have arrested 2 suspects involved in siphoning diesel from the generating plant used in powering street lights in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital. The police public relations officer Sunday Abutu said on Thursday that the 2 suspects, Danjuma and Idowu, were arrested on Wednesday by men of the RRS along NTA Road. They were trying to get away with a 25-liter gallon containing diesel suspected to have been siphoned from the generating set. I know this place that was described. And I know how big the generator is, but having the nerve to even go with a 25-liter keg, I think that's extreme.
You want to steal something. Would you not take the best that you can get? If you okay, should you have gone with 1 liter keg or a bottle? No, now he would have gone with how many liters now?
25 liters.
25 liters is what now? It's just 1 keg. He didn't go with a car filled with kegs now. So he wanted to get the best of that time, of the risk. Now that he has been caught. Both of them, yes now. So you can't tell him to, at least if he's going to die, let him die for a good cause. Yes now, not that you stole one bottle of oil. No.
All right, a lawyer was on Wednesday arraigned for allegedly defrauding the landmark University of Kwara State to the tune of 19.3 million naira. A former member of the disciplinary committee of the Nigerian Bar Association, that's who he is. His name is Eseyin. He was in one of his alleged atrocities. The defendant between 2014 and 2020 managed the property known as the Old Midland Building situated along Emirs Obo Road, which belongs to the Landmark University, and collected rent on the property but could not produce the money paid when asked. It's funny that somebody who understands, who practices the law, is erring the law to this extent. 19.3 million.
What law, Tony? He helped the man collect rent, and he did not remit. He collected rent from the school. He did not remit. What was the agreement? Was he commissioned to collect the rent? You know, we don't have the whole of this story, Tony. Honestly, it might be that the landlord defaulted on an agreement with this lawyer, because he's a lawyer. He's a legal practitioner. He knows the import of what he has done. You understand? So I think we have to know if there was a breach of agreement at some point, and he decided to go on with the collection of that, because I don't know how someone will be collecting rent on your behalf and you will wait. That's it. So why would you wait for it to accumulate to the tune of this amount before you now come out to ask? That means he has not been remitting. If he's supposed to remit yearly, okay, the first year, how much was he supposed to remit? He didn't remit this. You didn't ask. You didn't take it up with him. The second year, how many years arrears do we have now? So that's why I said we need more information on this story, because it could be that they are just doing the first to bring the story out. They might even be the offender at the end of the day, honestly. So we have to hear from the lawyer. We have to know since when has he been defaulting, and if there was a breach of agreement at some point.
Okay. Now, political parties in Lagos State are waiting for the directive of the Independent National Electoral Commission to announce the date for the conduct of the Surulere Federal Constituency 1 one by-election. Former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, and member of the All Progressives Congress who represented the constituency, was re-elected for the sixth term in the 2023 general election, but tendered his resignation letter on Wednesday, June 14th, following his appointment and resumption of work as the Chief of Staff to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I was thinking that the election that was going to be conducted was just going to be in APC, since he was or is an APC member who won the election. So I was thinking that it was just going to be APC replacing one of them. But as it seems from this story, is it all political parties in Lagos or in Surulere constituency one that would be able to contest?
It's a by-election. I think they are going to get by. If it's within the APC, then it would not be called an election.
Okay.
They are just going to find a replacement. You understand? But now that they are saying that it's going to be an election, then all the parties that are interested will have to come out and represent their candidates, because you honestly might not know if Gbajabiamila was the only acceptable person for the people within the APC. You understand? So if they have to choose another person now, the people might just go for another party candidate. You understand? So it's not like cast in stone, like it's going to be someone from the APC. If the next candidate from the APC is not liked by the people, they do not want him, then they have the options of other political parties.
Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi expressed worry over high level of absenteeism and lateness to work among civil servants in the state, including permanent secretaries. He lamented during an unscheduled visit to the secretariat, where he noticed that majority of the workers had yet to report to duty. He said, a situation whereby majority of the workers are absent, honestly, it saddens me that both senior and junior workers are yet to report to work by 11 a.m. It is disturbing. Now,
11 a.m.
To me, it's not new. I will tell you this, it's not new. I used to visit the secretariat in Abuja, that's in central area. And by 12, you find people who are just coming to work on a queue at the elevator, waiting for the elevator to come and take them to their houses at 12 p.m. So it's not new to me, but like, is there, permit me, let me ask you in naive way, is there a particular time that they are supposed to get to work? Because these guys get to work by 12 and by 1 they are ready to go back.
Tony, what kind of question is that, for crying out loud? Okay, here that you work, don't you have a resumption time? You do not have the time that is supposed to be here at the office.
I choose to say private sector workers are way.
No. Even government, they call them, it's 9 to 5. They resume. See, some of them are supposed to resume as early as 7:30. I think civil servants resume as early as 7:30.
No, I think 8. My dad used to resume at 8.
When my mom was in the service, my mom would 7:30 was our resumption time. Yes, it was 7:30 to 4. Maybe now she wanted to get to the office early. You understand. Maybe 8 was the official resumption time. They should clock in. They sign in. They clock in. I don't understand why, but it happens, really. It happens, because I remember that Governor Fayose also went around sometime when he was still in government as the governor of Ekiti State. He went around and he caught latecomers, and those ones were kneeling down, begging him. It was a very, very sorry sight. I don't know what he did to them eventually, if he pardoned them, I don't know. And also, when I was serving in Kwara State, I knew then that the Commissioner for Education was Bolaji Abdullahi then. He would go around schools, I even remember this particular one. He went around schools and he saw something written on the board, a wrong expression written on the board, and they called the teachers to come and correct that expression on the board, and even the teachers could not. That's just by the way. The point here is all workers have resumption time. See, it's only when you have your own job. And one of the advantages of a sole proprietor or sole proprietorship as a form of business or company is the fact that, when we're in school they taught us that you can resume and close at any time. You understand? But our teacher then now told us that that is a big disadvantage because you will not be disciplined as a business owner. You must have a resumption time and give yourself a closing time, just as you must have yourself a salary that you are collecting, even if it is your business. You understand? These people are collecting their salaries. Their salaries are calculated according to the hours that they are expected to spend in the office. They have holidays like no man's business. They go on holidays like, and they are the ones that still want to resume work at 11. It doesn't happen much in the southwest of Nigeria, really. It doesn't happen much like that. You see our workers going to work as early as 7:30. They are in their buses. They are going out already. Get to Lagos 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You see people outside already en route their offices. But this one,
Okay. Let's move on. Okay, so I'll just continue with the Titanic sub. Now, yesterday we found out that those that were in the sub, the five of them, actually died through an implosion. There was an implosion in. Let me just use the normal grammar that they use so that I will not miss it. Just permit me. Okay. All right, there was an implosion that caused those that were on that were inside the sub to die. A father and a son. Apparently, the son is 18-year old, and the auntie has come to say that the boy went into the sub because he's a 19-year-old who accompanied his father just to impress his father because he didn't want to go, but he had to go because of his dad. And then the wife of the missing Titanic tour submarine pilot apparently was linked to the first class Titanic passengers. The Titanic Congo that they went to look at.
the film, the Titanic.
Yes,
that Titanic.
that Titanic that we watched. So apparently she's linked to the first class. She's, I think, maybe a grandchild or whatever. And then the funny fact I found out yesterday was that the thing is controlled by a game controller. You know this game pad that boys use. And then a whistleblower from the company, the Ocean Gate company, in 2018 had raised safety concerns about the submersible in 2018, that it wasn't safe and that it was possible that something would happen someday because of the way it was constructed. It wasn't constructed in the normal submarine form. I think it's constructed in a tube to accommodate 5 people, and so it was fired when he raised the alarm. I'm so sorry that those people had to die, and we lost them. But like I asked Maestro yesterday, and I mentioned that it's like rich people that are using their money to look for a while.
No, it's not like using their money to look for wala. It's adventure, and it's the price they pay for innovation. You understand? Before, this is what the rainbows they like to do it. They don't mind if you are going to die trying to find out something. I'm sure they were going to find out something. It was an adventure, and it was also probably they were going to innovate or discover something. You understand? So if they die in the process, they honestly do not mind. They usually don't mind because somewhere in their minds they knew that things could go wrong. Like you said, the submarine could not be opened from inside.
Yes, it was. She was bolted in
from outside. So even if you want to come out, you can't come out by yourself. You have to be let out by someone. Yes. So they had their reason for that. But honestly, in all, I would just say that people like that, they often ignore the warnings. The Titanic you talked about, there were warnings about it too. There were warnings about the number of life jackets. There were warnings about the number of lifeboats. There were warnings about even some part of the construction. There were warnings. There were defects that were detected and raised. But they just they turned deaf ear to it, and they paid for it with the lives of millions of people on that boat, that fateful day. So I think these people too have they have paid this price with their lives, and you will soon hear what they have discovered, because I'm sure the robot there is going to find the wreckage. They are probably going to find wreckage, and they are probably going to find out some things that they have discovered and what went wrong eventually. This is how the whites, this is how they learn, this is how they discover things, this is how they create things. You understand? So it's not always going to be easy. It's sad that we lost them, because I'm sure they wanted to emerge at the other end, and that would have made history.
Oh, they weren't first though,
See,
because that company charges $250,000 to
ferry.
people who want to go and see the wreckage, and there were indications before they found out that they had died that another way to have rescued them was to through a machine or something bring out the Titanic itself. That there was a possibility they were trapped in the Titanic. But I saw comments like, "Oh, people who wanted to see the wreckage would not have wanted you to bring out the Titanic just to save them." So I think, and then they signed a document that there was a possibility that they might die. So,
I told you. So they were going to see the wreckage of the Titanic, and now we are looking for their wreckage.
and people have been really sensitive. Let me chip that in. I saw a video of people in club saying, "Oh, the sub is not coming back, submarine not coming back," and then there were other memes too that, "Oh, imagine you went to see the Titanic, and then you wake up, you open your eyes and see that it's the crew in the Titanic that was welcoming you."
Okay, like they are dead. Okay.
I don't know. People found a lot of things to make funny during.
Well, it's not new. People find fun. They find the funny aspect of everything, even death.
President Putin has is set to castrate pedophiles in Russia. Now, if you approach schoolgirls, or if you're caught um, sexually abusing a minor, you'll be castrated in Russia. Do you think this law should be applied by all the world leaders in their countries?
Well, we cannot. A lot of people have said, even rapists, not even pedophiles now, all rapists should be castrated. But honestly, Tony, when we have such huge penalty for offenses like that, I want to be very careful, because we've had reports of rape that eventually was not rape. You understand? So because honestly, I won't lie to you, there are some young children also who misbehave towards an adult. Do you understand me? Yes, it does not excuse pedophilia. It does not. There's an adage that says, if your mother-in-law does not know how to sit, you as a man should know how to take your eyes off your mother-in-law's body. Now, if a child is misbehaving, because I've heard stories. She was the one that was coming on to me. She was the one that seduced me. she was inappropriate. Even teachers will tell you that their students are seducing them. I've even read of a father that said the daughter seduced him. You can hear that. So when we now have this kind of penalty for them, Tony, where do we now begin to draw the lines of seduction, misbehavior? You understand? Because some places now they have, they have porn sites, children porn sites. Some places have children porn sites. You understand? So what do we say to such? How do you explain such? How? So if we are going to make laws like that, I think our legal system should be empowered to ensure that an innocent person does not end up being castrated. That is what we have to do. Because before you know it, there will be spurious accusations.
During the lockdown, there were a lot of she raped me, false allegations.
I'm telling you. Some will just look and say, okay, and I will say that you tried to rape me. And I will say that you tried to molest me.
It always favors the female.
And the child. The female and the child. So once it's raised, they will start telling you if you did not make the attempt, the small child cannot. There are some small children that are, in fact, you will not even know where their minds are operating from. So I think it's a law that we have to take some measure of caution in applying.
Okay, now, popular content creator Abdullahi Maruf Adisa, aka Trinity, was contacted and invited to the Oyo State Police Command in connection with the disturbing viral skit content making rounds across the social media space concerning a female minor. And this was a tweet from the Oyo State Police Command. I saw the video. I could not watch it because I was disgusted. I have never liked to watch the guy's video because I'd always said it was too extreme. He pranks older people, and I've always said it. I can't imagine my mom or my dad in a situation like this. It's a dirty thing to do. And then I saw the video. He was asking the girl if she saw his private part. I think he was peeing or something. And then the girl said no. But the way he was sounding, she was so scared. Her voice was shaking. And then she was like, no. It was like, if you say the truth, I'll let you go. And then she was like, okay, I'll say the truth. Like, he was literally threatening her. So, like, that video was so unnecessary. I didn't find it funny. It was disgusting and it was irritating. And I'm so glad personally that he has been invited. And I hope that people like him who also do the same will be called to order, because the rate at which the pranks are going these days it's become a menace.
One thing is they all overdo. Most of them, if not all of them, are guilty of this extreme nature of pranks and comedy. You will see some comedy and you will just like, what is this now? You will see some pranks and you will be like, I saw one of this girl, this Mandy girl. Yes, our friend, a very close friend. Mandy was just sitting in her house. No, I think it's one shop in her area, you understand. She was just sitting, just lounging somewhere with some people. It was her adubo, you understand. And this lady just came. She came with another guy, I think one or two guys. They came in a car. She just got down and started accusing Mandy that her money that she stole, that she bring the money. That she's not joking, that they call themselves friends, and she stole her money yesterday, that the last time they were together, that Mandy stole the money. And Mandy was, she was taken aback. She was so scared. She was surprised that her, I think they are very close friends. So she was like, what are you saying? Calm down now, what are you saying? And the guy there was already threatening her. They are going to take her away. They will do this. I think her mom or her mom's friend, all the people in the area, they came together. Apparently, they were on her side because they knew she could not do such. So they were like, what are you saying? What do you mean? Grown men, older women, they were out already. They were already dragging Mandy, dragging her to the car, this, that. And the funniest thing was, one of the older women just came and brought one fetish something out. It was so serious. The woman was so angry that, what do you mean? How can you be accusing her of this? The woman now went inside and brought something that they are all going to swear with that thing, that she knows that Mandy could not do. That was when this naughty, silly girl started laughing. Camera, Mandy.
Stupid.
Oh, goodness.
So sorry for my language, but
Please.
really.
It was so I was so appalled. I was like, what is this? So what is this? And she was now begging the older woman that came out with something for them to swear with. Mommy, Emma Binu. Koleto be mommy, already Mandy. We are just pranking. There's camera. Come. It's so. We overdo things, honestly, in this. Well, it's not just us. They do a lot of trending videos. Someone want to trend and be walking on railway. I saw one video, the boy was doing reels and he was walking on rail track, and he did not hear that the train was coming, and he was crushed. He was crushed because he was doing video, he was doing reels. He was crushed. You understand? I think we just caution, moderation is what we need. Trinity guys' pranks are always extra, and it's always, he has a way of scaring people. He would do something to scare. I saw one. He said they were shooting at him. And he ran to a woman. The woman was in an uncompleted building, and the woman wanted to run out because you were saying that they were shooting. Emma, you see me, Emiko, they are warning. And we were hearing gunshots. The woman was trying to escape from where you have trapped her, and he trapped the entrance. The woman could not come out. The woman was hitting him with a lot of stuff. The woman, the apprehension, the anxiety on the woman.
Like, do you even know people's medical conditions?
Exactly. And you just want to look at someone and just prank the person. I even thank God for him that nobody had died in the course of all these pranks. That would have been another case. This one that they have invited him, I think they should just warn him. Because this one he had done with that minor is a case. That one is a case that they can take up against him. Except the police just want to warn him at this time and give him words of caution. And to others like him.
Alright. Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho, has revealed his interest in returning to Nigeria more than 2 years after he fled the country. Igboho, who spoke in a viral video, revealed he will soon be back to his country home in Oyo State, saying no one would intimidate him any longer. He says, and I quote, "I am coming back to Ibadan. I am originally from Oyo State. I'm coming back home. So Yoruba should not be afraid and nothing will happen. My agitation was in place, and the question I asked the Nigerian government was in order. And the court has justified my demands. Also, the 20 billion naira Nigerian government owes me will be paid." So now, the government is paying him 20 billion naira as he is coming back.
If the court has ordered the government to pay him, I think it's on the raid of his house by DSS. I hear at Soka. If the government had been ordered to pay him by the court, I think he would be paid. His lawyers will ensure that he is paid if the government does not appeal, or if the government loses at the appeal court. They would have to pay him, one way or the other. And it's good that he's coming back home. Let's see what happens from there when he comes back.
Well, we hope his counterparts in the prison,
Nnamdi Kanu,
will also be released.
We hope. And we hope, honestly, that negotiations will be carried out, will be done on his behalf, and let's see. But it still behoves on the federal government to release him or not to release him.
Nigerians abroad keep making us proud. Now, this young lady who emerged best graduating student in a Chinese university in her graduating speech says she wants to bring the culture in. She studied Chinese culture and she wants to bring it to the world. But she spoke proudly of being a Nigerian and from Nigeria. And she's not the first Nigerian, but she said she was the only black in the whole of how many students now? 9,500 plus students. She was the best graduating and the only black person to represent.
So how is she making Nigeria proud?
I mean, she made us proud by excelling.
She has made herself proud. She has made her family proud. She has made herself proud. She has made her family proud. She has made her extended family proud. Or maybe by extension, she has made Nigeria proud. But I honestly don't. I'm not for all this. You have made Nigeria proud. How are you making Nigeria proud with another man's land? How? You are becoming a mayor in New York. You are becoming a mayor in UK, and they are saying you are making Nigeria proud. What is the purpose of our being proud? No, now, what is the purpose of our being proud? Our people are living here. All the knowledge, all the technical know-how, everything they have, they are using it in another man's land. And you are sitting here saying they are making us, they are making us proud. It's just like as a father, your child is not staying in your house. Your child is staying in another man's house and is doing well in another man's house. Is working in another man's company, is growing another man's business, is growing another man's life. And you are sitting in your own home and you are saying, that boy I'm proud of my boy. That's my boy. That's my son. Doesn't make sense.
Well, Mr. Peter Obi chooses to differ from your opinion because yesterday he said our brain drain will be our brain gain tomorrow.
Yeah. That's no. He has not differed from what I said. In fact, he's saying what I'm saying, but he's hoping that it will now become a brain gain for us later. Because as we sit here today, brain drain, even in families, I said it before, brain drain everywhere. Somebody has gone to school in China. She took money from here. She went to school in China. Abi, now that she has studied in China, she did not say she's coming back home to come and influence. She's not coming to influence our community, our Nigerian community, with whatever knowledge she had gained in China. She's going to stay there and help them to build their country. And you are sitting here in Nigeria, in Ibadan here. You are saying she has made us. She has not made us proud. She has made her family that sent her there proud. She has made herself proud. And it's not like the country sent her there. So if the country has sent her, it is the footballers that you can say are making us proud because they are flying the colors of the country. She's not there on competition. She's not there to represent Nigeria. She went there to school. So she has made herself proud, very proud. And those that went to school in Ukraine too, they went there to make themselves proud. Not Nigeria. I know what I'm saying.
All right. A graduate goes off on a lady for snatching the microphone while speaking at her graduation ceremony. She was still speaking. At the graduation ceremony, they were to introduce themselves, mention their names and their major. So she said while she was still speaking, the lady was taking the mic from her. And I watched the video. It was a tug of war, sort of. And then she pulled the mic from the lady, mentioned her name and told her that this is my graduation. You're not going to spoil my day, and I'm going to make sure that this today is all about me because you didn't allow me to talk. And then the lady later on made a video that the woman had been taking the mic away from black people, that when black people were speaking, she took the mic away from them, only allowed the white to properly introduce themselves. That yes, she knows her name was long, but at least she should have allowed her to properly say her name before she walked off.
How can you say her name was long?
She just said that, okay, my name most probably be longer than the white. Her name is Khadija. Her name is long, she Khadija, I think she's a Nigerian girl.
What is the young girl, Khadija?
Khadija something.
It's she didn't want the. I think she had just identified what the problem was. The lady probably did not want the black students to shine on the day. She probably that's the key word there.
Mm.
She probably didn't want the blacks to shine on the day, and it's not new. Racism is always been there. So she probably, if she had had her way, she probably would have even said the blacks should not come up at all. That the whites should represent the class, the graduating class. But it's good that the black lady found her voice on the day, and you would not even be able to imagine what this kind of woman would have been doing to students in that school, black students in that school, and for her to bring it out on the graduation day. Because why would you not allow someone, a graduating student, to come out and introduce herself and say one or few or two words? That's the usual practice. So why are you stopping? Why are you discriminating? Why? So you can only imagine how she would have been treating these black students back in school, for her to still be out there on the day, knowing fully well that it was in the full glare of everyone, and she was still able, she still had the guts to do that in front of everyone. But it's a good thing that the lady in question, Khadijat, found her voice. She stood her ground. She fought for herself, and she spoke her mind.
Update on the ban or the warning on noodles. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has declared that in its investigation into the presence of ethylene oxide or its metabolite in noodles and their seasoning, has confirmed that all noodles produced in Nigeria are safe for human consumption. How many noodles are we exactly buying from outside the country?
I think this was the mistake that we made when that story of poisonous chicken noodles flavor of this particular brand came out. I think NAFDAC tried to explain that not the ones that were in the country, those that were coming from outside of the country, really was the culprits at the time. But Nigerians would they would err on the side of caution. It's better. So even myself, since then, I've not taken noodles. I haven't. I stopped buying for my. So we had to.
Be safe.
It's better to be safe than to be sorry. So, and it's the kids that eat it mostly. I say mostly because adults do too. Kids eat it mostly, so you don't want to take that risk on your child. So it's better to just stay clear of this thing. But now that they have cleared it, even though I knew at the time that it couldn't have been the ones in Nigeria really, but now that they have cleared it, the air, I think Nigerians will gradually get back to eating. Noodles is always in the news for this danger. Yes, the carcinogenic material in the seasoning. A lot. So, but Nigerians, we don't really like quick fixes. Most of us don't like quick fix. We just want to cook our own food, take it through the process, not just put it and 1 minute, 2 minutes you are eating. Yeah. So till tomorrow, some people will not even taste noodles. They can't even stand it.
Yeah, my mom used to not like it.
They can't even stand it.
I was like, why? What happened to you? So I say, so that when I'm tired.
Yeah, so it comes in handy, but I think it's good that we have that clarifications.
All right, before we open the phone lines now, let's go back to the Telegram platform. Abiodun Elijah Olumorati continued with his message. He says, "We state without any information." Okay, it was on the message from Mr. Dele Alaki. Now, fecund versatility says, "But who would not approve salary increase for self if such is presented for approval? We are all human beings, fa. Abishe woman to lowoni." Again, then Kolako Rashid says, "The borders reopens for importation of cars. How would car importation affect the lives of common people? We need to see food in bountiful. Let our NAFDAC be at work for us, not to consume bad foods and drinks." Imagine our rice we are forced to consume. They are glorified with stones. How on earth can we eat and break down with all sort of illness? Isn't that why our leaders are so concerned about our well-being? And he also said, I found it really funny how our securities deal with petty thieves, while some of our politicians who rob us with virus walk freely. We even hail them as lords. It is hilarious. And okay, Ileswami Israel, to connect to the radio, you either have to download the Petals FM app from your Play Store, or you can listen through our website www.petals1023.com, or you can also go through the Radio Garden. Yeah. Then Clark Rashid says the Titanic scene. And then he said pedophile. The rapist needs to be heavily penalized because I don't get it. Alright, at this point we will open the phone lines. The numbers to call are 08107812544 or 09153029992. Call us, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and hello, good morning. Mr. Toya Brown.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brown.
You're welcome. Let me take you to some service. Withdrawal of subsidy, that call from Benno, I won't take it to serious. But honestly, it's unexpected of a person of that background. There are issues in that I think it's a lawyer, very hard to do. I don't know why he has to say. In case someone says, I competed with you, and then you took the victory, but I challenge your victory. Simple. You go to court is settle that. Why will you come and say, no, this is the judge that says, because sometimes you look at these people as high places. What sort of mind are they there? What are they trying to translate for us? I think it's unexpected. I don't expect it from it. I listened to her last night. I wasn't happy. I said, what is she talking about? I know we have the space. It's not that she wanted an advantage of publicity and public space, political space, to show what's not. It's beyond. This is what people at the garage can say, not people of that modernity. I'm sorry to say that. And secondly, further opening. Kudos to Mr. President. It is only when you have enough to do, enough to work with, enough to move with, that you can shut your borders. I don't understand who are the economic advisors of the last government. That you have to shut your borders, and shutting the borders, you don't have enough right. Lagos is still working on how they can, make use of the advantage of their installation to produce rice. Farmers are there that are not, they cannot access their farm. The Marudi health trades are driving them from the farm. Yes, he went ahead, he called neighbors to come into the country, put in security, and yet you shut your borders. Why will a bag of rice not cost 45,000 when you don't have enough for the population of 200 million people? So what I'm saying this morning is, it is nice that the president has seen that if you don't have enough, you open the border, allow these vehicles. You don't produce vehicles in Nigeria. When I was growing up in the 70s, I knew that, every 79 there are these, you have these vehicles in Kaduna. We have companies. I bought a new company in Africa.
Thank you. Let's try to make our comments short enough so others will be able to come in with their comments. 09153029992 or 08107812544.
This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through.
With gratitude to God for a fulfilled life well spent, the Odumaki family wish to announce the glorious exit of our matriarch, Madam Alice Ujolaki Odumaki, who slept in the Lord on Wednesday, 10th May 2023, at the age of 93. Burial arrangements are as follows. Service of Sons on Friday, 23rd June 2023, at Christ Apostolic Church, Okewasini, Moro DCC Headquarters, Moro, Osun State, by 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Dress code is white. Saturday, 24th June 2023. Corpse Lift Precious Medical Center Mall, Ondo Road, Mudakeke, Osun State, to our residence at Ifedodo Market, Moro Junction, Osun State, by 7 a.m. Lining State will come out at our residence by 8 a.m. to be followed by interment at our residence by 9 a.m. While funeral outings and Thanksgiving service We came up by 11 a.m. at Christ Apostolic Church, Okewashimi, Moro DCC Headquarters, Moro Osun State. Our dress code is purple. Entertainment of guests follows immediately after service at Origo Anglican Grammar School, Moro Osun State. Mama Alice Ojolake Odumaki. Sleep on till we meet to part no more on the day of resurrection.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, Madam Tony and Madam Alexis.
Good morning.
My name is Wale.
Go ahead, please.
I'm calling you from Adibari. Hello, please,
Go on, we can hear you clearly.
All right. So I would like to speak on the France staff. It's becoming a menace. We are becoming nuisance to our society. You just bump into someone without knowing his or her health history, all in the name of being frank. You will scare the hell out of them, not knowing what they are going through. Come on, it's not it. I think it's high time they should be stopped. They should be stopped, and they are doing it overboard. Look at the one that the Trinity guy did. He's a little girl asking her to describe what is not even meant to be said in public. Abba, it's too much. I'm happy the Oyo State Police commanders invited you. I pray they will put things in place. And I pray, I just wish all this nonsense should stop. Thank you. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we hope it will stop too. It will be regulated and they will be cautioned. Moderation should be applied always. And the burial of our late matriarch, the mother of our late chairman, Comrade Inka Odumake, that's Mama Alice Ojolakwe Odumake, and the burial is ongoing. I think the service of song will hold today, Friday. The burial service will be this weekend, and we pray that God will grant Mama eternal rest, and we pray that the Lord will comfort the children, the family, and the Lord will be with the rest of the family.
Amen. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I speak to all here in the house. My name is Jacob and I'm calling from Tgif. I want to comment on that issue of salary increase 114%.
Okay.
I think you can remember vividly that these same recycled politicians were the ones who specialized in budget padding in the lack of dispensation. So it will not be very difficult for them to increase the salary. Even thank God that they come out to excuse it. If they have done it on them, there's nothing that they can do. And the politicians that do them, they don't care about anybody except the next dispensation. Their interest. Every time their interest. They only come and cajole the voters, so it is time for campaign. To give them students. At the end of the day, when they get to the office, they are abandoned there. Then secondly, I want to talk about that issue of that issue was analyzing that I have a friend in China. He says even though China is the largest they are still importing from US. I think that even if we produce rice locally, they still want something different there. It's going to go down of system. Because if I have to do the foreign rice come and I'm selling it 5 naira and you are selling your data rice 7 naira, let's see who will sell and pass. That is just the point I want to make. Thank you and
Thank
very
you.
good to be in the house here.
Thank you. 08107812544. 09153029992. You can still drop your comments. There's still a little bit of room to take them. 08107812544. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I am Oladele Akinjari. I am a retiree. And I just want to talk about their quest for salary increment. I'm a retiree. We on the PenCon, the new pension scheme introduced in 2004 by Baba Obasanjo and reviewed by Baba Jonathan in 2014, that we on PenCon, not the old pensioners group, that we should be getting 33% every 5 years on our increment. This has not been done since 2004. This is my 15th year of retirement. I'm 75. I've not received a common increment. Whereas the old pensioners are getting increment per se. Do they want us to die? And they are now shouting about the new increment. Please let this get to the new president. We are done. The new PenCon introduced by Obasanjo. I'm not talking of the old one. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. That was information. 09153029992. Informative. 081. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you're calling from?
Sunday from Adebayo.
Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Yeah.
There is an echo from your end. Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Sunday from Adebayo.
Okay.
On the issue of the girl that collected award in China,
Okay.
I heard your correspondent saying that the award was not a proud to Nigeria. I dismiss the talk. It's a proud to our country because it's making our country proud. So anybody outside the country making our country proud is giving us the kudos because you see all those postponing Nigeria with their name. When you apply for a visa for their country, they never give you because Nigerians have spoiled our name there. But when you give applause to our name in any country you are, before you go there to apply for a visa that they will not give you. That's my point. Thank you.
Thank you. 08107812544. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you're calling from?
Mr. J from Charlie here in Basel.
Go ahead.
I want to know this border that has been reopened. It's only for vehicles. It's not for farming implements, not for agricultural use.
No, just for vehicles.
Now we have plants at Kaduna, Fuji of Musa Limited. We have farms operating on Nigeria in Lagos. We have Leyland at Iworo. We have Fiat and Lada. We have a host of, then. Are we
Please,
I think he's
Yes.
worried that we are not refurbishing our plants, assembling plants
Hello, good morning.
and manufacturing plants.
Good
Hello.
morning.
I'm fine.
Your name,
My
where you're
name
calling
is
from?
Joshua Edi, calling from Ibadan.
Okay.
I want to draw attention to what is happening with police stations.
Okay.
Some of us who retired, they place us on this PenCom. And what we take has no percentage of whatever we were earning before. But the point is that I don't seem to understand why officers from the rank of AIG to IG himself are on the old scheme, and those who are commissioners and below are on the PenCom. Do you know that the retired commissioner of police takes only 73 to 75,000 naira a month? Retired commissioner of police, down the line like that to the constable or whatever, after 30 years, after 35 years, after 32 years, as the case may be, and people who are AIGs and above are taking more than £1 million naira a month. This is very strange and unconceivable. So, please, send it to
Thank
those
you.
who are concerned.
They are hearing too. They are hearing, and if the questions are asked from the appropriate quarters, I'm sure answers will be given satisfactorily or not, but they will be given.
Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show. Our time on the show has been well spent with you also participating. Thank you for always joining me every Friday.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you, everyone.
And our studio manager, thank you also for being a part of the show. We'll be here next week Friday with another edition of the TGIF edition Deadlines. My name is Dunia Adeweye.
I am Adebisi Ogunjimi. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Mr. Afamoriyo Ayola Omoniyi. Mr. Olajide Olusegun. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for watching.
Gratitude to God for a
Bye.
fulfilled life well spent.